Hi there, it's Sandra here out in the fields with Buddy. We've been doing a walk and a run, and the sun is finally shining and the rain has stopped. It's lovely here now. Today I wanted to turn our attention to talk about a recent report I was reading just this week actually from PwC. They do an annual global CEO survey looking at trends, concerns, issues and insights. And I had a little look and I thought I'd share some of the highlights that I picked out for you. Always good to know what's on the radar of our CEOs and where their priorities are, and there seems to be some commonality. Firstly, in terms of the economy, there is still concern about the economic recovery, I guess is the word. The 51% do believe there will be moderate growth, and they are seeing light at the end of the tunnel. Some think it's higher, obviously, and others see it as not quite so high. But there is cautious optimism, I think, that we are on our way back through, thank goodness. I think we all want to hear some positive news, don't we? The CEOs are also talking about the impact of digitalisation and that they have transformed organisations. My goodness, a lot of these projects have come through so quickly, haven't they? The projects that were destined for years have happened within months, and hats off to our IT people for making so much of that happen so quickly. But of course that comes with risks, and our CEOs are concerned about the threats of cybersecurity and also but the risks of rising taxes and the impact of that. So pros and cons everywhere. The other area that I was interested in was around purpose and sustainability. Two key things. I guess we've all sat back, haven't we, and thought about who we are, what we're doing, what our purpose is, and certainly CEOs have been reflecting extensively really on their organisations and how are they sustainable for the future and what does that look like, but also looking at sustainability goals such as climate change and the impact that is having, and the whole kind of environmental agenda that is touching all of us and so much nowadays, hasn't it? So they are looking to make investments and decisions based on their ESG priority. And finally, the area that I obviously touches my heart the most is around people and the people initiatives. And the CEOs are concerned about the well-being of their staff. They see their they're concerned about, obviously the fear that's been out there has been huge, hasn't it? The uncertainty, the working from home, the remoteness. I was reading an article on LinkedIn the other day about a CEO who was recruited last year and has never even shaken the hand of any of his employees or met them face to face. And I guess he's not the only one, but he was just talking about that as the reality of our working lives. And it is all so very strange, isn't it? The whole virtual technology. Benefits as well as downsides, of course. So I came up with the BCDE formula for you to remember the people initiatives that are most on our CEOs' minds at the moment. I'm going to jump to the C first, culture. Our cultures have changed massively, haven't they, from where they were? And behaviours, the B, the 4 behaviours, sits underneath that. You know, so often we have words on boards, you know, the values, and I'll see something like integrity quite often as a key value in an organisation. And then organisations, the people in them, don't have conversations around performance, and they allow poor behaviours to continue. And that's not right, is it? If you're going to create the culture, really have to get under the skin of the behaviours, the values, and then the behaviours that you want to have, and reward the great behaviours, recruit the great behaviours, and make sure you have policies, practices in place when people don't do that. Otherwise, you'll lose the trust of your people. So that's the B and the C, and the D is for diversity and inclusion. That's very much top of radar for CEOs as well. Obviously, gender's been huge, gender pay cap that needs to be reported on every year. Black Lives Matter, another initiative last year, but there's all sorts of diversity initiatives happening because of the benefits. You know, when you get diverse people together, when you really get them to work and you can reflect your customer base, then that has to be a good thing, surely. And building inclusive cultures, getting rid of bias, etc. So a lot of work to be done there. And then the D, no, I've just done the D. The E is for engagement, and CEOs very keen to drive strong engagement across their organisation with all their stakeholders, drive engagement up and down and across. So they are the people initiatives that are very much top of mind for our CEOs, which is great. There's also some talk about developing the talent pipeline again, which is good, and ensuring we get the right leaders in the right place. So lots of work to come. I'm really excited to hear a number of clients and companies wanting to invest in their people again now. I think we've had a very peculiar year, haven't we? And we've got to set ourselves up for a different future. So that's great to read. So that's it. There are your headlines. Enjoy reading the report. Have a lovely weekend, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.